My name is Chance Cook, and for my virtual manipulative, I chose to use pattern blocks. Pattern blocks can be used to teach fractions, and for this exercise, I've chosen a 3rd or 4th grade classroom. Understand fractions to be quantities, understanding the equivalence of fractions, addition and subtraction of fractions, and decomposing fractions can all be shown using pattern blocks. And here are the Common Core standards that coordinate with those. Like I said, it is for a 3rd or 4th grade classroom, fraction instruction, and what's great about these pattern blocks is they can be used for virtually any class size, and I'll show you what I mean here in a second. The objective is to instruct students in fractions using the manipulative pattern blocks from mathplayground.com. There are many places you can get a hold of pattern blocks. You can get them literally, but for the sake of virtual manipulatives, we're going to use the version at mathplayground.com. Here's an example of something that can be made using pattern blocks. This would be more of an artistic side of things. I was messing around with some pattern blocks one day here at the university, and I did this actually in real life with actual blocks, but this exact same thing can be done online. And here's what I mean. To see the pattern blocks and something that can apply to them, I've chosen to show the website that I've developed. And if we'll go from here to activity 1, this is an example of an activity that can be done using pattern blocks. We have a picture of, we have a yellow hexagon, and it is solid. It is a 1/1 fraction, 1 whole. And then we have 6 smaller triangles forming the same as 1/1, only now it's 6/6. We have 2 red, making it 2/2, and we have 3 blue, making it 3/3. If students see this and they don't quite get the concept just by looking at it, we have the option for them to manipulate them. As can be seen, we have the same shapes that were shown on the other website. We have the yellow hexagon, the triangles, the red, and the blue. Now we see yellow, red, blue, green. Starting off, we have the 1 whole, which is the yellow hexagon. We know that this is 1/1. Now, to help students understand the fraction concept, we can show them the red piece, which, as you can kind of see, is half of the yellow piece. But we can take it even farther. We'll give them another red piece, and then we'll take it and spin it around, combine the two, and now would you look at that? We have the same as 1 yellow piece, only we use red pieces. Now students can see that we can use 2 halves to make 1 whole, being 2/2. One more example, we'll have 1 blue piece, 2 blue pieces, twist it around just a little bit, and then, as you may have guessed, we're going to take 1 more blue piece, twist it around, about 1 more turn, and now we have the same as we had before. And now we have shown 3 different ways to show 1 whole using manipulative pattern blocks. This can also be used in an art setting in your classroom. As can be shown right here, students can take them and make different mosaics, different diagrams. I've seen examples of giving them a blacked out region that would be a mixture of different pattern blocks, and then they have to form that region using the pattern blocks, and it's kind of like a logical thinking or like a puzzle for the students to work out. Ideally, you would want to be in front of students for about 10 minutes showing them how the website works, how to click and rotate and spin their shapes around. And then for about 10 minutes, you would want students to be able to manipulate the blocks themselves, play around, kind of learn the website. While they're doing that, they'll be developing questions like, how do I do this? How do I do that? What is this actually showing me? Try to spend the next 5 to 7 minutes answering those questions so that for about 25 to a half hour, you can let the students let loose on some activities that you've developed for them to illustrate their fractions in a new and manipulative way. And then finally, at the end of the day, you're going to want to review, address any new questions that they maybe have developed since the beginning, and discuss the day's lesson. See what students have learned about fractions that they didn't know before. See if there's anything else they would like to do, and see how the lesson really impacted them. And then finally, if you have homework for your class, this is a great thing to give to students because it is online. You don't have to pay for it because it's free, and you can expect students to be able to access their homework pretty much anywhere. The downside to this is we have to remember that not every student has internet at home. So for those students, you may actually want to get a hold of some literal pattern blocks. They come in plastic, they come in foam, but for the most part, this is a great tool to use in your classroom, and I hope this was a help.